Hello and welcome, my name is Kevin, this is Dude for Bruce. We're here in CK3 once more with you all for another time-lapse. Today's time-lapse comes from the community. Eduardo, he says, can you do a time-lapse of a Republic Africa versus a feudal Europe versus a clan Asia? I can do you one better. We have an Africa Republic, we have a feudal Europe, we have a clan Asia, plus a theocratic India Tibet, just to add some more spice into this whole series. Keep these nations all cohesive. We've gone ahead and created them all the same religion and all the same culture, just to keep that going. With that said, I say 2 out of the 4 empires will stay the same. My guess is either feudal empire or clan empire will be the strongest. The most spoken language will be, I didn't realize that. All right, so we only have 2 choices when it comes to the most spoken language. So let's say it's going to be Shaz-Turk. But with that out of the way, let's see what happens in this time lapse. I'll see you in a bit. Alrighty here, it's 534 years in the future and things have deconsolidated. At first we had 4 mega empires, and now we only have one left. And surprisingly left, it's the Grand Theocracy that stayed in power this whole time. I was, for one reason or another, I expected those boys to fall apart, but it looks like they've stayed true since their creator all those years ago. A royal court, they don't have as many of those boons as well as the debuffs, so maybe they just somehow slip by that. The other thing that happened is that the Mongols came in and wrecked shop. I was kind of surprised to see them take over the clan empire so quickly, but then even the feudal empire was disbanded. You know, that's what the Mongols do best, blowing up things and making it their own. All right, so let's go down our progressions. Let's start with religion. We had a pretty mono-cultured faiths, so I was surprised to see if anything more than those had popped off. Catholicism has spread a little bit more, surprisingly enough, probably due to either crusades or just in taking over northern Africa. Culture, see if there was any big shifts. For the most part, it looks like there's some variations in French. You see some mixtures between the French and the Karluk faiths. Mongolic probably got in here for a second. It looks like they've taken some lands, but Bengal looks like, for whatever reason, it looks like time has not affected the Grand Theocracy. The empire titles have switched a little bit due to the one empires coming in, the Mongol Empire coming in. It looks like the Blue Empire and the Chagatai and the Golden Horde split them up, and then Zaporizhia, and then some biting out of the Republic. They looks like they've lost some of their empire tier stuff. Next, let's look at our development, just to see if there's anything out of the ordinary. It looks like a lot more yellow, maybe because we've had passed so much more time. Looks like still the highest development areas are here. Next, let us look at government types and see if there's any major changes. It looks like republics actually held for the most part. Maybe due to all the land that I gave them, they had a higher dominion just so that they would have a less likelihood of giving it away to feudal vassals or other vassals. As for these guys, it looks like the theocracy stayed in power, but they gave away some of the lands to either clans or tribal that then became feudal. So what did we learn from this time lapse? I think what we've learned mostly predominantly is that the Mongols, for whatever reason, will go west. They don't really go south from their start. I'm not sure if it's due to the mountainous area, but they had equal opportunities to take on the Grand Theocracy, and the Grand Theocracy either rebuffed them or they just didn't ever declare on them. I think secondly, we've learned that theocracies and republics can work, but only if they have a high dominion limit. Not able to really function without that. It seems like they've really kind of hit a sweet spot. Obviously, that's pushing the game beyond its boundaries, but I hope when they Paradox finally implements theocracies and republics, we can get a fair shake on this time lapse. That's all I have for you for now. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And as always, have a good rest of your day. Ciao.